Pick up a banana in a supermarket almost anywhere in the world. It looks exactly like the one beside it and the one in the next country over. That is not a coincidence, and it is not just careful sorting. Every one of those bananas is a clone. Not a variety, a copy cut from a plant that was itself a copy. Which means the world's most exported fruit is essentially one plant, repeated. And the last time we did this, that banana was wiped out of the trade completely. Start with the strangest thing about a banana. It has no seeds. A wild banana is packed with hard black seeds and is barely worth eating. The one you eat is a sterile accident that humans found and decided to keep. But a plant that cannot breed also cannot easily be improved. So every new banana plant is grown from a shoot cut off an old one. Today they are often cloned in a lab thousands at a time from a single parent. We have been copy-pasting the same plant for a very long time. For the first half of the 20th century, the world's export banana was not this one. It was a bigger variety called Gros Michel. It was bigger, sweeter, and tough enough to survive weeks at sea. That one plant built an entire industry across Central America and the Caribbean. Refrigerated steamships carried the fruit north on a tight schedule. Company shipping routes stitched a dozen countries directly to American ports. The trade was so dominant that it got its own phrase. A writer coined the term Banana Republic in 1904. And all of it rested on a single cloned variety with no genetic backup. Then something got into the soil. It was a fungus living in the soil called Fusarium. It creeps in through the roots and blocks the plant's plumbing from the inside. The leaves yellow, wilt, and the whole plant collapses on itself. Growers called it Panama disease. And because every Gros Michel plant was identical, not one of them could resist it. Whatever killed one plant could kill all of them. Worse, the fungus survives in the ground for decades. You cannot spray it away. Plantation after plantation was poisoned by its own soil and simply abandoned. By the early 1960s, the Gros Michel export trade was finished. The industry needed a replacement, and it needed one fast. They found it in a second-choice variety called Cavendish. By most accounts, it was smaller, blander, and bruised far more easily. But it shrugged off the exact strain of Fusarium that had wiped out Gros Michel. So the entire world switched over to it. New plantations, new boxes, new ripening rooms. All of it rebuilt around a single replacement plant. And then the industry did the exact same thing all over again. It planted one single clone everywhere on Earth. You have probably heard that fake banana flavor tastes like the lost Gros Michel. It is a wonderful story, but the evidence for it is thin. That flavoring was already in use long before Gros Michel fell. The real story does not need the myth because it is still happening. In the later 20th century, Cavendish plants started dying in Southeast Asia. It was the same fungus, but a new strain. They named it Tropical Race 4. And against this one, Cavendish has no resistance at all. It worked its way across Southeast Asia, then Australia, then the Middle East, then Africa. For years, Latin America, where most exported bananas grow, stayed clear. In 2019, it was confirmed in Colombia, then Peru, then Venezuela. And in December 2025, it reached Ecuador. Ecuador is the largest banana exporter on the planet. A second infected property there was confirmed just this month. There is still no cure. The only real defense is keeping it out. And it travels on boots, on tools, on mud stuck to a truck tire. So this time the industry is trying something it could not do before. Change the banana itself. Labs are breeding and gene editing bananas that can survive TR4. In Australia, regulators have already approved a modified Cavendish as safe to eat. It is not on sale anywhere. It is sitting on a shelf as an insurance policy. Others are hunting resistance genes in wild seed-filled bananas nobody wants to eat. But a new banana still has to survive weeks of shipping. It has to ripen on schedule and taste like what shoppers already expect. Replacing it is not really a biology problem. It is a supply chain problem. The banana is cheap and everywhere because it is perfectly uniform. It is uniform because it is a clone. and a clone has no way to adapt to anything new. Every quality that made it the world's favorite fruit is the same thing that makes it fragile. We have already watched this happen once. So the banana you grew up with may not be the banana your children eat.